Hello, digital explorers, and welcome. Today, we're gearing up for a top secret mission. We're going to dive deep and uncover what really happens in the hidden world of the internet every single time you click a button. So, have you ever really thought about it? You click on a link, a game, a video, and bam, it's just there. It feels like magic, right? But it's not. It's actually an incredible, super fast journey. And today, we're going to follow that journey every step of the way. Okay, so every mission has a starting point. Ours begins right in your own digital neighborhood. You know, the network in your house or at your school. This is ground zero, the gateway to the entire online world. First, let's break down the two main types of networks. You've got your LAN, which stands for local area network. Just think of it like your own private treehouse. All the computers and printers in your home or school, all connected with gear that you or the school actually owns. Then you have the WAN, the wide area network. Now that's like connecting your treehouse to every other treehouse on the entire planet. So a WAN connects computers over huge distances, using shared stuff like massive undersea cables that aren't owned by just one person. And the biggest, most gigantic WAN of them all? Well, that's the internet. It's really just a massive worldwide collection of all these different networks talking to each other. All right, time for our first mission checkpoint, a quick quiz for you. The network that's just inside a single school building, is that a LAN or a WAN? I'll give you a second to think. Yep, it's a LAN, because it's in one small area and the school owns all the hardware. Awesome job. Okay, mission update. We've left our digital neighborhood and we're now merging onto the information superhighway. But with all this traffic flying around, how does our data even know where to go? Well, let's meet the internet's traffic cops, routers. Routers are basically like super smart mail sorters working at incredible speeds. They have three main jobs. First, they grab the little bundles of your data, which are called packets. Second, they look at their special map, it's called a routing table, to find the absolute fastest and best route. And third, they zip those packets off to the next stop on the journey. And they do this millions of times a second. It's wild. Pop quiz time. What's that one essential device you need to connect your home's LAN to the giant WAN of the internet? You got it. It's a router. That little box is your personal gateway to the entire web. You're crushing this. Now here's something cool. Every single place on the internet actually has two addresses. There's a friendly nickname that's easy for us humans, and then there's a secret code that's just for the computers. See, we use the URL, which is basically the nickname, like bbc.co.uk, because, well, it's easy for us to remember. But computers, they need the real address to find anything, and that's the IP address, a unique string of numbers. It's kind of like knowing your friend's name versus knowing their exact street address and zip code to send them a package. And here's what one of those addresses looks like. This is an IP4 address, just 4 groups of numbers, each one between 0 and 255, with dots in between. I mean, can you imagine trying to remember one of these for every website you visit? Yeah, me neither. No thanks. And that's exactly why we have the easy nicknames. Okay, challenge time. First, let's quickly meet another kind of address, the MAC address. Think of this like a permanent serial number that's built right into your phone or computer at the factory. It never changes. So how's an IP address different? Well, for one, your IP address can change depending on what network you're connected to, but your MAC address is permanent. And two, routers use IP addresses to send data all over the internet, but MAC addresses are just used to find devices inside your local network, your little LAN clubhouse. So if we use easy names and computers only understand these number addresses, how does it all connect? Well, they use something that works like a giant, super fast phone book for the entire internet. This phone book is called the DNS, or Domain Name System, and it's kind of like a digital scavenger hunt. When you type in a URL, your computer asks a helper called a DNS resolver. That resolver goes and asks the big boss, the root server, for directions. The root server points it to the right TLD server. That's the one for the .com part. That server then points to the website's own name server, which finally has the secret IP address. It sends that address all the way back, and boom, your browser can finally connect. Phew, what a Okay, quiz break. What do we call that system that works like the internet's giant phone book? That's right, the Domain Name System, or DNS for short. You're on fire. We've got the address, so now our mission takes us to the website's actual home. You see, websites don't just float around in cyberspace. They live on special, really powerful computers called web servers, and these things are switched on 24/7.
Let's play a quick round of fill in the blanks. A website is hosted on a web server, and the computers that access those websites like yours are called clients. This is what we call the client-server relationship. Your computer, the client, asks for something, and the web server serves it up. Simple as.
All right, time for a brain teaser. Imagine an artist is uploading their awesome new drawings to their website. In that moment, is the artist's computer acting as the client or the server? Think about it. It's the client. Why? Because it's the one making the request to send the picture files to the web server to be stored. A little tricky, right? Now for the final leg of our journey. Let's talk about where all your stuff goes. Your photos, your school projects, your game saves. More and more, it all lives in the cloud, which is basically like having a magic storage locker up in the sky. So what's so great about this magic locker? Well, for starters, you can get to your files from any device, anywhere. You could start your homework on a school computer and finish it on your tablet at home. Plus, your work is usually backed up automatically so you can't lose it. And it makes working on a group project with your friends super, super easy. But, every magic locker has a few rules. The biggest one is, if your internet goes down, so does your access to your files, at least until it's back up. There can also be subscription fees to pay for the space, and at the end of the day, you're trusting another company to keep all your important data safe and sound. All right, explorers, final checkpoint. What are 2 amazing benefits of saving your big school project to the cloud? Well, you could access it from both school and home, which is super convenient, and you could easily share it with your project partners to work on together. Plus, it's backed up automatically, so no more "the dog ate my homework" excuses. And there you have it. Mission accomplished. From LANs to routers, IP addresses to the cloud, you have officially traced the incredible secret journey of a single click. You're now an official internet detective. So my final question for you is, what part of the internet are you going to explore next?